The Corsair, as you may or may not know, was designed originally to make the smallest fighter fuselage with the biggest engine available at that time. First flew in 1940, eventually became the first U.S. fighter to go over 400 miles an hour on a prop.
Very large propeller in that R-2800 Pratt & Whitney engine that powers that aircraft, so consequently they have to get the propeller farther away from the ground for carrier landings, because if they hit real hard, the prop would hit. So they built that gull wing design into the aircraft for that sole purpose. The visibility over the nose of the Corsair is almost non-existent. You have to S-turn back and forth, or serpentine, as they would say, so you can see where you're going.
In the Pacific and World War II, Corsairs flew from land and carriers down 2,140 enemy planes and lost only 189 of their own, an 11-to-1 kill ratio.
I'm Bill Dodds from Freehold, New Jersey. Corsair is a very unique aircraft in its performance and what have you, and it was designed and built to essentially fight the Japanese Zero in the Pacific in World War II. Well, there's approximately 15 left that I know of that are still flying, and that's over, I believe, about 12,000 that were built.
And I believe it's the first time ever at the Wings of Eagles Air Show we have had 3 of the flyable Corsairs in the air at one time, and they're coming at you from the right to the left. Simulated strafing run.
The top of the wing is fabric, and one of the reasons they did that in World War II was to save metal. And the aileron itself is a wooden aileron, and that is fabric covered also.
And haul back on that stick, get a couple of G's down through the bottom of there, no doubt about it.
This is a modern cockpit. Here we have an ILS indicator. Here we have an ADF indicator. This is the autopilot with the approach coupler.
And he'll pull back on that stick once again and just roll her over in a 4-pointer. There we go, there's 2 of it. And there's 3 and 4. The 4-point hesitation roll.
The attitude instruments keep us right side up in bad weather. And the standard stuff here is the RPM gauge and the manifold pressure gauge. And of course, this is the airspeed gauge. You get into the Corsair, you get to relive your youth. And it's very enjoyable for me. My 23-year-old son is now flying the Corsair and doing an aerobatic routine in it.
My name's Derek Dodds. I was 13 years old, and my dad took me up for a ride in the Stearman. Let me fly it a little bit, and I was love it first flight.
It's just a wonderful feeling to see my son perform and do these things in the aircraft, because I get to be a spectator every once in a while now.